Welcome to My Long Island TV. From Manhasset to Montauk, we have traveled our communities to bring you the following events. I'm your host, Waldo Cabrera. My Long Island TV starts now.
I was a sales training manager for a large corporation in Manhattan and traveled in all kinds of craziness. And one of my insomnia nights, I was just up looking at things and I came across a site that talked about chocolate and how it's kind of coming to America more. You know, we're getting out of the Hershey bars a little bit and we're moving into kind of, the gourmet chocolates, the dark chocolates, the real rich Belgian chocolates. And I always loved chocolate and I always loved to cook. And about 6 months later, I had already had my daughter and I decided, you know what, I work really hard. I work like 12, 14 hours a day. Sometimes it's crazy. If I'm gonna work that hard, I'll work that hard for myself. And I decided to start the business. We are going to show you how we make our beurre vanille truffle, or butter vanilla, which is the translation. We start with Belgian chocolate. We only use Belgian chocolate here because it's wonderful and it's delicious and consistent. We actually buy it in these little pieces that are called Calais. Some people would call them chocolate chips, but you know, this is Belgian chocolate, so we call them Calais. We have probably about a half cup of caramel. We make it here ourselves. We make everything here ourselves fresh. A truffle center is a ganache. So it's basically chocolate, cream, butter. I'll add the cream to the caramel. I'm putting in about a cup and a half. We take this and we heat it in the microwave. We're going to put it in for approximately 3 minutes and let it kind of bubble and melt off and really combine really well before we put it into the chocolate. This is a bourbon vanilla bean. I like to kind of put it in there while I'm mixing up the caramel and the cream, and then I'll pull it out and I'll scrape the insides out. Scrape the actual vanilla bean part out and put that into the truffle itself. Now I'm going to pour the cream and caramel mixture over the chocolate. Next I'm going to cut and scrape the vanilla bean. I usually like to put in a little liqueur into the truffles. It adds a little bit of flavor. Also, the little bit of alcohol is a good thing because it kind of kills any kind of microbes or anything that might develop in the chocolate. We have over 70 truffle flavors because you can focus on certain nuances in the chocolate and bring them out with the different flavors and different little combinations you put together. We don't use any kind of preservatives or anything like that, so it just helps extend the shelf life. Not a lot, but a little bit. So this is a combination of Everclear and Amaretto. And I always put in a little pinch of salt. So a pinch is, for me, about that much. Once the center is made, we put it into a little storage container, seal it up, and we put it into the fridge and let it set up. It gets hard enough so it's kind of like an ice cream consistency. You know, we can scoop it. We're going to take our melted chocolate, our nice melted Belgian milk chocolate. Before we can roll our truffles in it, we have to temper the chocolate. We take our nice warm chocolate, warm melted chocolate, and we add cold tempered chocolate to it, and that's called the seeding method. We did a little bit of a test. Usually you use like the end of a knife or something metal, something a little cool that will cool it off for you quickly. And what I did was I just did a little swipe in the chocolate with the knife. You can see this is our test and it's starting to set up nice. It's nice and shiny. It's going to be nice and, you know, when we touch it, it won't leave a mark on it. So now I am going to put on my gloves. The way that we hand roll our truffles, we dip a hand in, put a truffle in there, roll it, and put it on the sheet and go to the next one. We'll wait a couple of minutes because we want to make sure that that first coat is set up really well. And then we'll go in, we'll do our second coat and put on our topping. You can see that we do have a really nice temper because these are already starting to set up. So now I have nice fresh gloves on and I'm just going to check that first coat And it seems like they're drying very nicely. Beautiful. And now we're ready to do the second coat on the truffles and top them. Now we have our beautiful finished truffles that we're going to put in our little cups. So if you try this at home, I recommend take a couple of hours, relax, and have fun making your chocolate. You're welcome to come to the shop and watch us make our chocolates in Greenlawn, or you can visit our website at azurechocolat.com.